Yesterday, we shared the first part of our sit-down interview with Dr. Koo, Billings Clinic's leading infectious disease specialist, as we ask if Billings is ready to go back to school. Tonight, our Casey Conlon dives into the most troubling areas.
Certainly, there is no, quote, safe as in the context, but we could make things more safer.
After 160 days of shutdown, School District 2 will reopen to more than 14,000 students Monday. A number of mitigation strategies will make it look very different than the pre-COVID world. But are they enough, especially in high traffic areas like hallways?
We could try to stagger classes so that the density, the number of students going through the hallways would be not as great. They're probably going to require some chaperoning, and that the chaperone is going to have to be there to kind of keep things moving, as so that the students won't stop and start congregating.
Dr. Koo stresses it's those social acts of hallway life that are the real dangers.
Is it likely that someone just who was sick walking past you, will you get it? No. So it's really that physical getting up close with your friends and such, and very, very close density. That's the thing that we're trying to modify.
All kids and staff will be required to wear masks inside SD2 buildings, but that's very difficult in some classes, like choir, and impossible in others, like band.
In this situation, certainly try to spread out the musicians and the singers of as far apart as possible. There's been some discussion about individual plexiglass barriers with each other. We even entertain the idea of, can we just do it outside? Certainly that's an option. You have a lot more space and you can be able to do a little bit more of that. But of course, then that kind of affects the experience, obviously, where you're not going to be able to hear it very well. And having a barrier, you're just blocking the sound as well as the droplets. So there is a trade-off.
Sports bring up the same questions. COVID-19 is mainly spread through respiratory droplets, which are significantly more prevalent on the field or court than everyday life.
The truth of the matter is, I don't think that there is any great way we can do it. It comes down to degree of the risk that we're willing to take in order to participate in these sports. Certainly, it's easy for me to say, no, you shouldn't do it. But I think I understand that many of these students participate in these extracurricular activities for a variety of reasons, and a lot of it also play a role in enrollment into colleges. So I try to offer the best mitigation strategies available, and sometimes there isn't.
There is no safe, only safer. That's what most arguments come down to in this post-COVID world. For Dr. Koo, the question of if schools should reopen can't be thought of in black and white.
It's easy to say, if we're going to try to prevent, an outbreak, yes, we should keep the schools closed. But I think that it's now coming down is that we have to weigh the risk and the benefits of doing that. Public schools offer many other services to children that are now readily available at home. We need to recognize that there are going to be risks. It's not going to be perfect, but the community has to contribute into keeping schools as safe as possible.
That was Casey Conlon reporting. Again, School District 2 will reopen to in-person instruction Monday. For the 2,300 students who've chosen to stay with remote learning, they'll begin classes on Friday, August 28th.